Well, we're in the month of December, so you know what that means. Take it away, Snoopy. Yeah, put him right there. There's good. Sorry, Buffy. That's good. Alright. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another top 10 list. And yes, we're in December now, so it's time for some Christmas-themed videos. Yes, throughout the whole month of December, well, at least until Christmas, I'll be making a few top 10 lists of Christmas-themed videos. Yes, last year I did the basics. You know, I did the best and worst Christmas movies, my favorite movie Santa Clauses, Christmas specials. Now I've got to go a little more outside the box with some of these top 10 lists, so I thought I'd start off with my top 10 most underrated Christmas movies. These movies, I think a few of these actually have a lot of love, but I just feel like more people should be watching these during the Christmas season because, yes, everyone watches, It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, Home Alone and stuff, but there are other great Christmas movies you guys gotta watch during the Christmas holidays, so let's get to it. Here's my top 10 most underrated Christmas movies. Coming in number 10 is Rare Exports, Christmas Story. Yes, Rare Exports is definitely not for the family. This is not a family movie. This is a very dark, foreign movie. I guess you could call it sort of a horror movie, I guess, in a way. This movie is based, I think, by the North Pole and stuff, and it's about all these people. Basically, Santa Claus is evil, and his evil elves, kidnap people and stuff, and yeah, it's a very messed up movie. This is a very R-rated movie with really bloody violence. There's nudity, bad language and stuff. It's a really messed up movie, but it's also pretty darkly hilarious, especially how this movie ends. It kind of got a few chuckles out of me, and it's an interesting movie and it's an interesting take on a very Christmas-themed story. So yeah, Rare Exports, a very bizarre movie, but definitely I'd recommend it. Coming number 9 is Krampus. Yes, Krampus or Krampus. Krampus. I call it Krampus because it sounds like Krampus. I reviewed this movie last year and I only gave it a pretty average review. I actually watched this movie just a few weeks ago for the second time. I haven't seen it since last year when I reviewed it, when I saw it in theaters. I always thought the movie was just okay. Actually, it kind of grew on me the second viewing. The movie isn't great, but it's still kind of fun, and it has these cool Christmas themes, and I love the creature of Krampus. He looks pretty friggin' awesome. The practicality looks pretty cool, and the minions look pretty cool. I enjoyed Adam Scott and Toni Collette movie. It's a pretty creepy movie. I could tell it's trying to be like Gremlins-esque, and it kind of fails. It's kind of more like Gremlins 2, but the movie's still good. It's an entertaining movie, and it's a pretty underrated Christmas movie. So yeah, if you want to watch a bizarre horror movie for Christmas, check it out. It's good. Coming number 8 is The Muppet Christmas Carol. Yes, I was going back and forth on this. Is this underrated? Sorta. I think it's mostly underrated for the new generation because anytime I talk about The Muppet Christmas Carol, most people have not seen it. Most people my age, most people younger, some people younger my age have seen it, of course, but a lot of people in the young generation have not seen this movie, and people really need to see it. This should be a Christmas classic. A lot of people watch Christmas Carol stuff, mostly the George C. Scott version, and even the new version with Jim Carrey. Mostly the young generation, when you talk about A Christmas Carol, they mostly think of the Jim Carrey one. The Muppet Christmas Carol needs more love. I find it a little underrated. I think more people just need to watch it during the Christmas season. It's got Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge. It's got Kermit the Frog. It's got all this Piggy. You got Gonzo narrating, breaking the fourth wall as usual. It's a fun movie with great musical numbers, and it does feel like Christmas Carol the story. It's not the best version. I still think the George C. Scott version is the best, but I love this movie. The Muppet Christmas Carol is a movie I watch every season. It's definitely an underrated film, in my opinion. Some people might disagree, but I think it's underrated. Coming number 7 is While You Were Sleeping. Yes, some people might debate me on this one too, this is not really a Christmas movie. Well, I hope you don't disagree with me on that one because I'm going to be making a video in a few weeks of the top 10 Christmas movies that nobody calls Christmas movies. And While You're Sleeping is sort of one of those kind of movies. This movie people don't call a Christmas movie, but it feels like a Christmas movie. It's very family-oriented, like a Christmas movie. And yes, some people might say, it's more of a Thanksgiving movie, but it's a Christmas movie. It feels like Christmas when I watch this movie, and I love this movie. I really do. I love Peter Gallagher in the movie, and I love Sandra Bullock in this movie, and it's basically about a guy who's in a coma, and basically she's saying that, you know, they're engaged, and the family loves her and stuff, but really she's lying and stuff, and yeah, but it's predictable and cliche, but it's very heartwarming, very engaging, and something about it just feels very Christmas. So, yeah, it feels like a Christmas movie, so that's why it's a very underrated film. It's a very critically acclaimed movie, because people love it, but it's a Christmas movie, in my opinion. Coming number 6 is Bad Santa. Bad Santa, yes, this has got, Billy Bob Thornton, John Ritter, Bernie Mac, Tony Cox, Lauren Graham. This movie is hilarious. I don't have, like, a huge love for this movie. I know a lot of people love this movie. It's good. I really enjoy it. I like the dark comedy in this movie. I appreciate it more than I love it, but it's very underrated because when this movie came out, it didn't make a killing in the box office. It didn't even make good in the rental sales and the DVD, Blu-ray purchases, but it's kind of got like this cult following and stuff, especially now that Bad Santa 2 has came out, and people don't like that movie. I hated that movie. Now people are just appreciating Bad Santa more. I think I'm one of those people. I always liked Bad Santa as a movie. I thought it was a funny movie, but after seeing Bad Santa 2, I appreciate this movie all the more. Like, it's got the better writing, the better performance by Billy Bob Thornton, the direction's better, it's just much funnier, and much clever with its comedy. And it's a good Christmas movie. It's not like a happy one. It's not a heartwarming. A lot of times it's kind of heartwarming, but it's a very darker look on a happy, heartwarming movie, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyways, Bad Santa is very underrated. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, please check it out. Don't check the second one out. Check the first one out. Coming number 5 is The Night Before. Yes, The Night Before came out last year, and I'll leave a link down below to my review. I think this movie is really good. Again, not enough people saw this movie, and this movie just came out last year, and no one's talking about it, and a lot of people don't consider it an amazing movie. It's only like a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought this movie was fucking great. I thought it was funny, it had a lot of good Christmas spirit, good Christmas music, and it's got very funny performances by both Anthony Mackie, Seth Rogen, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I love Michael Shannon as Mr. Green. Like, oh, it's so funny. It's just basically about these guys who hang out every Christmas, and they're trying to find these tickets to this party called the Nutcracker, and they finally get to go, but it's their last Christmas together, and it's a funny movie. It's a good friendship movie, but it's an amazing Christmas movie with a lot of great Christmas jokes and Christmas references. More people just need to watch The Night Before. I'll leave a link down below. I went into more depth when I did the review of it. Fantastic movie. Coming number 4 is Rise of the Guardians. Yes, again, a lot of people are going to be thinking, this movie isn't underrated. A lot of people love this movie. It's not about love. Nobody watches this movie during the Christmas season, which they should. It's not a straight Christmas movie because it also takes place during like Easter and stuff, but the whole movie feels very Christmas. Like, there's lots of snow and ice because the lead character is Jack Frost, a Christmas-themed character, and it's got Santa Claus in the movie, and one of the most coolest Santa Clauses ever. He's a Santa Claus with 2 tattoos and 2 swords. Awesome. And voiced by an amazing Alec Baldwin. This movie's great. I love the story of all these Guardians fighting the Boogeyman and stuff. I love it. Great voice acting. You got Chris Pine, Alec Baldwin, Hugh Jackman, Isla Fisher, Jude Law. Everyone's fantastic. The animation is just sheer gorgeous in this movie. The action scenes are fantastic. It's a fun, enjoyable movie. More people need to watch during the Christmas season. Some people just think it's a good animated movie, but it's also a good Christmas movie and very underrated Christmas movie. Coming number 3 is The Reef. Yes, The Reef. Oh, I know for a fact a lot of people haven't seen this movie. It's a shame. This movie is fucking hysterical. This movie is so funny. This movie's great. Basically, it's about this cat burglar played by Dennis Leary, and basically he robs his house, and basically the cops are after him. So basically he takes hostage this husband and wife, one of them's played by Kevin Spacey, and basically goes to their house, and basically holds them hostage until his friend comes and picks them up and stuff, and this is during the Christmas holidays and stuff, and basically while he's got them captured and tied up in their house, basically they're annoying him to death. Like, he's supposed to be the one that's supposed to be scaring them, but they're scaring him because all they do is yell and argue at each other. They're like the most worst married couple ever. And basically the whole movie's just him telling them to shut the fuck up and stuff. Then all these other things start happening with the son, and the family comes along and stuff, and then Dennis Leary has to pretend to be the therapist. This movie is just so freaking funny. I think this is hands down one of the funniest Christmas movies out there. Oh, I freaking love it. I just recently saw this movie just a few weeks ago, and I freaking loved it. Definitely, it's a movie I want to buy on Blu-ray. It is so funny. Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, even a small performance by J.K. Simmons. It's so funny. It's so good. Such a great Christmas movie. And it actually has a very good, heartwarming ending. And it's just hysterical and very underrated. Coming number 2 is Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas, again, this movie deserves a lot of love. This movie did well at the box office, and more people are starting to like it, but this movie needs to be talked about. This is probably the greatest animated Christmas movie ever made. Right there with The Nightmare Before Christmas. This movie is so good. I love this movie. I love the voice acting. James McAvoy's in this movie. Jim Broadbent, Hugh Laurie, Bill Nighy. Everyone is solid. The comedy is fantastic. It's fast-paced. Feels like Edgar Wright directed this movie, which he did not, but this movie is just great British comedy, but it's an amazing animated Christmas movie. It feels like Christmas. The atmosphere, the tone is very Christmassy. It's such a heartwarming, lighthearted film. It always puts a smile on my face. I adore these characters in this movie. I love the story. I love how this movie's written. Very snappy movie, very snappy dialogue, and I freaking love this movie. It's hands down one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, and it's really underrated. And the number 1 most underrated Christmas movie is Joyce Noel. Joyce Noel is hands down the most underrated Christmas movie. I talked about this in my top 10 favorite war movies. This movie's so underrated. This is a World War I movie, and this movie is basically about the powerfulness of Christmas. This is just how powerful Christmas is and how powerful kindness and sweetness is, because it's about these two enemies coming out of their trenches and spending Christmas together. And this beautiful night they spend together, they all become friends and they don't even want to attack each other. And they're supposed to kill each other in the morning and stuff. That's just the beauty of Christmas and the beauty of friendship. And I love this movie. This movie is powerful. It's raw too. It's got some raw emotions in this movie, and it's just amazingly directed. And it's a fantastic film. It is a foreign movie because it's in German, French, English, Italian, and stuff. It's fantastic. The performances by everybody is amazing, and this movie is just so gripping. And again, it just shows the powerfulness of Christmas. I love this movie. Nothing but to be in a more Christmas spirit mood than this movie. And it's a weird choice because it is a war movie. But very few movies really put me in the Christmas spirit. This is one of them right there with Arthur Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. This movie is a brilliant film and it's very underrated. People just need to watch this movie. Please, go watch it right now. It's brilliant. So yeah, that was my top 10 most underrated Christmas movies of all time. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you grade this list? If not, give me your top 10 most underrated Christmas movies of all time. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.